Hi, everyone.
Teacher.
Hello. I've never seen you jump so high before when I said that, Stella. Just about jumped out of your chair. So we'll be ready to start in about a minute or two. Just give everyone a chance to get into the call. And then today's topic, because last lesson we worked on using evidence. So let me check my documents here. So today we are going to be learning about emotive language and powerful words and how they can help us with our persuasive writing. Hi, Kevin. Oh, I've got the hiccups. Okay, so I'll see you guys in a minute just to give our last few a chance to get onto the call, then we'll get started. Okay, hello. How are you guys going with the homework from last lesson? I believe it was pick 3 topics to discuss, find 2 sources of evidence for each topic, and analyze them based on how easy they are to understand, how relevant is it to your topic, and how reliable and trustworthy is your source of information. So how are we all going with that homework? How are we going? Are you guys getting through it? You're doing it? You're finding it easy? Any troubles? Anything you need help with? Okay, I will take that as you guys are.
Recording in progress.
I'll take that as you guys are nailing the homework. Good question, Conan. I will share my screen with you for just a minute. So when we look for a source of information, don't just say that Google found it. So let's say I'm just going to use a very commonly searched topic that we've used. Video games good for children. So once we've found our evidence, the way that you want to cite it is to list the website that you got it off. So for example, 25 positive and negative effects of video games. I would have to, where's my annotation? So I would have to cite this website here. So yeah, so I would just say, according to the Raise Smart Kid website, this is what the evidence found. So just make sure that you're citing according to the website that you get it from. Be sure to list any authors as well. So yeah, always the website and the author as well. And so by doing that, you're just giving credit to the people that helped your argument, basically. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Okay. So, oh, goodness, I think I'm up to the sneezy stage of the cold where all of my, just everything I do is just super sneezy. This is going to be fun. Okay, so let's get on with today's topic. And today's topic is going to be, today's lesson is going to be, not today's evidence, I'm getting my words mixed up, is using emotive language and powerful words. So emotive language and powerful words. So first of all, we need to discuss what is emotive language. So we've all seen that video where we watched the 10 really good persuasive techniques to use in our writing, and emotive words was one of them. So basically, emotive words are used to make the audience feel something. So I've talked to you before about a really good strategy can be to get the audience to feel what you want them to feel. Emotive words is a great technique for that. So instead of just saying something like, it was fun, you might use a word like, it was exciting. Because when people hear that word exciting, excited, they start to feel like that. They start to get excited just thinking about that. So, emotive words, they are designed and used to make the audience feel a certain way. So some examples of emotive language might be words like outrageous, or again, exciting, or terrifying, or heartwarming, for example. So these are words that we could very easily use more simple words. So instead of something being outrageous, we could say that that was a bit intense, or that was a bit heavy, or that was a bit crazy. But when you hear this word like outrageous, it just really, at least when I see it and I talk about it like that, I start to feel, wow, like that's outrageous. And same as exciting. Again, you hear someone talking about things that are exciting, and we start to get excited. We start to get really interested in it. Or terrifying. Terrifying is a great word for if something's really scary. Just adds that extra bit of feeling to it. And heartwarming, instead of saying something was nice or something is sweet, we say something is heartwarming, because when we use that word or we feel that feeling, we tend to get this nice, happy, warm feeling in our chests, like everything's going to be okay, everything's going to be good. So that's what they use the word heartwarming for. Our next topic, or our other type of words we'll be discussing today, are powerful words. So powerful words, they're words that are used because they are strong and impactful. So it's not just like, it's kind of like the difference between if you enjoyed something and somebody asks you about it, it's the difference between saying, oh, it was all right, it was pretty good, it was okay, or it was amazing. Like that's the difference there with these words. So these words are used for their impact on a sentence. So they grab the reader's attention and make them pay attention. So yeah, they grab the reader's attention, make them pay attention to what you're writing. And these are words like demand, or urge, or proclaim. So these are words that we can use to describe what people are doing. So if someone asks you for something and they're being quite loud and forceful about it, instead of saying, well, he told me I had to give him this, he told me I had to hand my phone over, and he was very forceful, you can just say, he demanded that I give him my phone. And you just feel that extra oomph in the sentence when you say a word like demand. Or urge, for example. An urge is a very strong desire to do something. So if you're really looking forward to playing your new video game on the TV tomorrow, but tonight you just can't get to sleep, you're really excited, so you try and sneak up to play that video game for a bit, that's because of the urge you had to play that video game. And again, you just hear it in the way that it's pronounced or the way that it's said. You had the urge to play that video game. It just really gives it just that, again, just that extra bit of feeling in the sentence. And finally, proclaim is another way of saying, I told you, like I told you something, or I made an announcement. So instead of saying something like, the man in the shop said that aisle 7 was closed. We could say the man in the shop proclaimed that aisle 7 was closed. It just sounds stronger. And the other use of powerful words is they can be descriptive. So they can be used to describe something that's happening, or they can be used to describe someone. And they're words like unprecedented or remarkable or catastrophic. Now, unprecedented simply means something that's never happened before. So the first time something crazy happens, nobody expects it to happen. That's unprecedented. Remarkable means something outstanding. So something that's so good that it's just remarkable. And catastrophic is something so absolutely terrible that it's just simply a catastrophe. So these examples of these powerful words, how we can use them, these will really add a lot of, excuse me, that they'll really add a lot of depth to your writing, help you to get the audience to feel things, and to really help set the tone of the writing that you're doing. Now, the next thing I would like to do is I am going to share a piece of persuasive writing with you, and I would like for us to go through it and attempt to look for any emotive language or power words. So I'm just going to try and find this article again. Strongly, depending on the context, although I would say depending on the context that it's used in. So if I was just to say, if I was to send a strongly worded letter, that would just mean that I was going to write someone a letter where I was perhaps not going to be the most polite. So maybe not a power word, but it certainly has the potential in the right circumstances. Okay. Okay, I think I found a good article to read. So this article is from a website called kidspot.com.au, and that's part of one of the big Australian news websites. So, whoop, that would be, there we go. Okay, so let's have a look for any emotive language or powerful words. So let's read the title first. $58 for a plastic wand. Parents fuming over insane merch costs at Disney on Ice. Does anybody see any emotive language in our title? That is the one thing that is bad about this website. You get a fair few ads. But so does anybody see any emotive or powerful words in this title?
The filming and insane.
Very good, Conan. Very good. Fuming and insane. So parents weren't just angry or upset over the cost of this merchandise. They were fuming about it. So that's emotive language designed to get you feeling outraged and feeling, what? $58? That's what that's what that headline is designed to do. And the merchandise costs weren't just expensive or over the top, they were insane. So they were really, really expensive, so expensive that it was insane. So good find, Conan. So we weren't paying $50 for a toy that is $15 at Kmart, one mum commented. Guess we will be skipping right past the merch table. So that's just a bit of a quote from the article. Okay, so Disney on Ice fever is in full swing with the touring ice show extravaganza hitting major cities across the country. Is there any powerful words or emotive language there?
Really was. Really,
Which word?
really.
No, I would say extravaganza, because it isn't just an event. It isn't just a show. It's an extravaganza. It's this all out crazy, super happy place. So it's more than an event. It's more than a show. It's an extravaganza. But the magical production, this year themed around 100 Years of Wonder, is hitting parents where it really hurts right now, their hip pockets. Do you see any powerful language or any that that's just how crazy the state of the economy is getting at the moment, that inflation is that high that people can feel justified to charge $58 for a little plastic one that lights up for kids, because the kids will have a tantrum if the parents say no. So then the parents have to buy it to keep the kids happy, and it's this whole thing. But I know it is quite crazy, isn't it? $58 for a wand. So have we found any? You probably could buy that much, but why would you want to buy that much plastic? Anyway, so let's have a look at this next this next line. But the magical production this year, themed around 100 Years of Wonder, is hitting parents where it really hurts right now, their hip pocket. So is there any, would you say there's any emotive language or any powerful words in that sentence? I would say magical production. The word magical, it could have been the family favorite, the happy, but they've used magical because Disney liked to use that word magical because that's part of what they try to bring to children around the world when they're not charging $58 for a wand, that is. So with tickets priced between $30 for the nosebleed section and $140 for front row seats to see Mickey, Donald, and Elsa up close and personal on the ice, the special outing does not come cheap. So there's not really any emotive language in that line there, or any powerful words. So let's move on. Add to that venue parking, up to $80. Drinks and snacks with a triple stadium markup, and the inevitably unavoidable merchandise table, stacked with spinning, singing, flashing Disney toys. It's a day your bank balance won't forget in a hurry. So, all right, so there wasn't any there. So then have we seen any emotive language or powerful words in this sentence? By the way, one thing I'll point out to you, triple stadium markup basically just means that people that sell food and drinks at stadium shows, because everybody that's there is there to see the show, they can basically charge 3 times as much for their food because it's at the stadium, versus if they were going to sell it in their restaurants or at their businesses, they can charge more because people have paid to go there. And people will pay that price too. It is absolutely crazy. So are you guys seeing any power words or emotive language in this paragraph here? I see two words. And no, Kevin, one of those words is not ah. So the emotive words, I would say, are inevitably, unavoidable. I did not see that until you typed it in, Kevin. He is a bit crazy, isn't he, Stella? So, inevitably unavoidable. That to me means like there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can say. You're not going to be able to escape from the merchandise table. So that to me is very, yeah, if you'd like. So that to me is very kind of paints it in a rather negative light. Like to me, I read inevitably unavoidable merchandise tables, and I just feel, oh, this is hopeless. So stuck with spinning, singing, flashing Disney toys. And it's the exorbitant prices of the themed merch. There's one I'll give you right off the bat. Exorbitant means way too expensive, way too much. Price of the themed merch, all perfectly positioned throughout the stadiums so that it's impossible for little eyes not to see. That has left mums and dads tearing their hair out. So yeah, so we've got one, I would say, emotive language, exorbitant. You hear that and you think, oh, it's going to be too expensive. Fills you with a bit of dread at the thought of it. All perfectly positioned throughout the stadiums. So I don't see, so that it's impossible. There's another one there, so that it's impossible for little eyes not to see. Again, filling you with dread because you know the little kids are going to see it and they're going to want to buy the stuff. And that has left mums and dads tearing their hair out. Okay, so I want you guys to point out a few of these things. Kevin, calm down. There is no need to scream, especially when you look that calm on the camera. He has a headache. He's crazy again. Okay, so I want you guys to point this one out to me, please. Many have taken to social media to vent their frustrations after paying premium prices for cheap plastic toys that could easily be found at a budget retailers for a fraction of the price. So, can we see any emotive words or powerful or emotive language or powerful words in this lineup here? Go on, guys, focus. Be looking for your emotive words. Sus medicine. Guys, let's have a look for more of these emotive words. I want you guys to read the line that I've highlighted and have a look. Good thing you opened your eyes. I was just about to tell you to wake up, Ken. So do we see any emotive language in that paragraph? And the important thing is here, I'm just going to go turn the lights on because it's starting to get dark in this room. But I want you guys to find the emotive word that I'm thinking of in that paragraph, please.
Premium.
Frustration.
Premium.
Premium, very premiums, very good. Premium is the word I was looking for. Very good. So paying premium prices, as in you're paying the price of a quality good for something that's just cheap and nasty and will break real easy. So again, that was designed to make you feel, oh, that's not good. It doesn't create a very good feeling to read that. $55 for a bubble wand was absolutely ridiculous, one mum complained on TikTok. Find the emotive language or the powerful word in that sentence. Someone find the powerful word in that sentence. $55 for a bubble wand was absolutely ridiculous, one mum complained on. Not absolutely. It's ridiculous. So ridiculous is the power word because it's not just silly, it's not just unfair. It's ridiculous. So it's just one of those words that just takes that feeling to the next level. I was not paying $100 for 2 wands for my 2 kids. No way, another added. So no big language in that sentence. Sorry, husband, but you'll need to lend me a loan to get our kids merch, thanks. Someone joked. None there. Tinkerbell, Belle, and Rapunzel all looked horribly disfigured. Couldn't imagine the amount of dollars they'd ask for it. A parent commented about the $50 plush toys. So, what are the What is the emotive language or the power words used in this sentence? There's two of them that I can see. Not only is he crazy, but he's driving Stella crazy, and that's not good. Okay, guys, so what is the emotive language or the powerful words being used in that sentence? Anybody? This sentence here. Come on, guys, enough with that conversation. Focus on the lesson, please. What is the powerful language or the emotive language that we can see in this sentence? Ken, what do you think?
I think that the word disfigured,
Very good. Disfigured. Good. And you could even add as well, horribly to that as well. So you'd be looking at horribly disfigured. So they're talking about the stuffed plushies that you can buy that look like all their characters. And they don't just look, they don't just look like they're bad quality. They don't look bad. They don't look ugly. They look horribly disfigured. So that's a really emotive way to describe how these dolls look. And you could say in this next one as well, Belle's face in the soft toys is so jacked for $55. Such a money grab, it's gross. So they don't say Belle's face looks wrong. They and although this is a bit of slang in this instance for jacked, means it looks absolutely terrible. And such a money grab. It's not mean, it's not right, it's gross. Very good. Very good. Gross means disgusting. So like if you walk into the laundry and I don't know, for example, the cat hasn't weed in the litter tray, it's weed on the floor, you might look at it and go, oh, that's gross. Okay, so good job, guys. So that is going to be your homework for this lesson is going to be looking for some sources and reviewing. Yeah, throw the gross thing to the trash can. Very good. No, don't throw the spar away. Spars are awesome. Okay, so good job there, guys. So that's a skill that you really, really want to develop, because if you can tell or if you can identify the words that they, I like throwing Kevin's screaming voice in the trash can. Now you two, we're not getting into this again. We spent way too much time in the last lesson with you two arguing. Stop it. Although I'm not supposed to admit it, but it is a little bit funny when you guys do that. No, it is not the end of your life, Kevin, you drama queen. So the next thing we need to focus on, or we're still focusing on the identifying emotive language. So identifying emotive language. That's just an English expression, you drama queen. Doesn't matter whether it's a girl or a boy, everyone is a drama queen if they're being dramatic. If they're being overly dramatic, they are a drama queen. Doesn't matter whether it's a girl or a boy. So it's important to be able to identify emotive language, because if we can identify it, so if we can identify the emotive language, you can't spell. So if we can identify the emotive language in articles we read, we can then start to figure out, sorry, I'm talking very broken at the moment, because I can't finish the thought without writing it down. Guys, stop it with the whole spammer thing. We can start to work out how the author wants us to feel. So does that make sense to everybody? If we can identify the emotive language in articles we read, we can start to work out how the author wants us to feel. Goodness. So does that make sense to everybody, that concept? So that's why, and I don't even, okay. All right. But yeah, so does that make sense to everybody? Still trying to get an answer on that one? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So what I want you guys to start doing is to start reading. You don't have to spend long on it every day, but spend maybe 10, 15 minutes a day reading about just reading news articles or opinion articles, just bits of persuasive writing. And I want you to try to figure out to try and identify the emotive language that they use, so that way you can start to figure out, what does this author want me to think? What does this author want me to feel? What does this author want me to do? And if you can start to figure that out, then you can really start to put those techniques to work in your own persuasive writing. And that's how you get good at it. Okay, so that is identifying So the next thing that we need to, or the two things we've got left to talk about today are how to incorporate, whoop, can't spell, incorporate emotive language into our writing. So one of the other techniques that we learned about in the persuasive technique video, almost the same. There are a few things co-host can't do that host can. But anyway, when we watched that video of the 10 the 10 persuasive techniques to use, what are you screaming for again, Kevin? So one of those techniques was tone. And tone is basically used to set. So tone is basically used to set the mood of your article, or of your writing, rather. So with tone, are we trying to write a happy piece? Are we trying to write a sad piece? Are we trying to write a serious piece, an angry piece? What do we want the audience to feel? And that can help us choose the words that we use. And then we come to emotive language. We come to emotive language and power words. And they're basically like the tone turned up to like level 100. So that's just where we use the most emotive language, or we use the most powerful words to take the tone that we've already set and try and like maximize it to as much as possible. So a good way to clear that. So a good strategy for using your emotive language and your power words is if you've got a sentence written. So let's say that you've written a paragraph. I'm gonna cheat for this next bit. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'll hold off on those examples. I'll have to show you that properly another time. But basically, let's just say that you've got your paragraph written here, and the tone that you're using, you're deciding that the tone is going to be happy. So paragraph with a happy tone, sentence. Sentence 1 goes here. Sentence 2 is a little longer. meaning it goes here. Okay, so on and so forth, we've got our paragraph. So we've decided that this is going to be a happy paragraph. So we would go through this paragraph. We go, okay, so sentence one goes here, and we'd say, okay, so it's pretty good, but how can I really bring this point home? Then I go, oh, okay, so I might not say sentence two is a little longer. I would then find a good emotive word or a good power word to replace with a little longer. And as long as you don't overdo it, so as long as you don't go, oh, sentence needs to change, here needs to change, meaning needs to change. So changing every underlined word with a power word would be a bit too much, but if we bring it back to just that one in this paragraph here, that would be perfectly acceptable. So yeah, so I suppose the power words would come in more during the editing stage, where you'd look to just tidy up your language and use any power words that you wanted to use, or use your emotive language. Oh God. We've got the keyboard warriors coming back today. So the final thing to really discuss today is
What have we learned?
That's right. What have we learned? So the impact of emotive language and powerful words on the reader. So emotive language, like we're sitting here and talking about it now, and I can see based by the looks on your faces, it's not having the desired the desired result on you as I'm saying that it does. But that's because we're sitting here and talking about it. But if you were to actually read a piece of persuasive writing, like you would see, like in that Disney article, what were some of your reactions when we saw the whole $58 for a plastic wand thing? But a few of you going, that's crazy, and I could buy lots of plastic for $100 and make thousands of those wands, and it's so expensive. Wakanda forever. So emotive language can actually have a very big impact on our readers. So just because we don't feel it as we write it, or maybe you will sometimes, but just because you don't feel it when you write it doesn't mean the audience won't feel it when they read it. So your emotive language and your powerful words are very important. Okay, so that sums up the points I wanted to make about our lesson today. So my last question for you is, what did we learn today?
Word.
Pardon?
We learn about strong words.
We did. We learned about power words. We learned that Kevin said you are dead. So we learned that today, apparently. So what did we actually learn today, guys? What are emotive language? What are power words? Emotive language, power words. What are they? We learnt premium. We did not learn herd mentality, Kevin. So, someone tell me, what are power words? What do we use them for? What do we use emotive language for?
We use emotive language for to grab attention from the person you want to grab the attention from.
Very good. Very good. We use our emotive language and our power words to grab our readers' attention. Good. How strong is it and how strongly they can feel it? Very good. So we're using these words to grab attention and make our audience feel things. No, not herd mentality, Kevin. So, just to recap with the power words, we have two different types. We have verbs or doing words. And we also have descriptive words. Thank you, Conan. No more herd mentality. So yeah, so we have a couple of different categories of power words. Are they doing words like demand, urge, or proclaim? Or are they descriptive words like unprecedented, remarkable, or catastrophic? So, good job today, guys. I'm going to post your homework in the Zalo group after my next class. And then I'll see you guys on Monday. Oh, by the way, your homework, Stella Persuasive. I would like to go through your evidence homework on Monday. So make sure you guys get that done over the weekend if you haven't already.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, teacher.
Goodbye, everyone.
I can't leave because my battery is hot and I can't use it.
Oh, no.
And that is also why I can't delete the hilarious messages because my mouse is out of pin. Battery.
Oh, bless. Hang on a second. I think I can remove you from the conversation. So I'll see you on Monday. I'll say goodbye now. See you, Stella.
Goodbye.
Hello, everybody. How are we today?
Good.
That's good. You did.